Hey everybody, clearing. All right, so this is going to be a Divine Masculine check-in. Oh, first off, I just opened some sessions for later this week, next couple of days, and for next week. So please grab those next couple of weeks if you'd like. Links are below in the description. And yeah, so this is going to be a Divine Masculine check-in. Thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. Where are these masculines at in our collective? What are they consciously perceiving about the connections, about their role in it, about what they feel is coming up in the connections? Where do they believe their divine feminine is at? How do they perceive their divine feminine in the connections at this time? This third deck. So the first two decks are going to be where the masculines believe they are at. This third deck is where do the masculines believe their divine counterpart is regarding all things the journey. And what do these masculines believe is going to happen going forward as it pertains to the things that we are going to see? Okay. It's not my typical style, and is it Mercury retrograde? Because it feels like I'm stumbling over my words a bit. But here we go. Conscious mind about the connections. Four of Pentacles, Lord of earthly power. Ooh. And Father of Wands in the inverse. That's my Divine Masculine card. Spiritually included. The Wands are the soul stuff, the karma. And this is, in the upright, it's the mastery. It's the temple embodiment of that shamanic, spiritual energy where they've stepped into leadership. This goes hand in hand with being healed on a soul level, goes hand in hand with monogamy, goes hand in hand with carving their own path in life, trailblazing, being a chieftain. This is in the inverse with a card of scarcity. And so there's something that these masculines are seeing is a limitation. It's been stopping them from experiencing the full glory of what they could experience in this life, the full empowerment. Something's been holding them back. So it's giving me the impression that they're realizing they could step into more definitive action and break through the glass ceiling of what they've been able to experience so far. It feels as though they are nearing that upper level of what they once thought was possible, and seeing beyond it, seeing that there is more to come after whatever certain goals have been, playing it safe, familiar territory. It feels like they see more, which means they're going to be walking to the beat of their own drum and not bowing down to caution, familiarity, or the path most traveled. Where do they think their feminine is at? They see you, divine feminines, making internal progress consistently. This is like lifelong learning, but consistent paradigm shift, making lemonade out of lemons. It feels like you just don't quit. You are tenacious, you are creative, you are innovative. And they see you pushing the envelope, thinking outside the box, doing things differently. They see you taking matters into your own hands. They see necessity breeding invention. They don't see you stopping or quitting. They see you getting back up again and doing whatever's needed. You're not down for long, I just heard. Where do the masculines feel these connections are going? The Hermit in the inverse. So they are in deep thought about this, but they do feel that these connections are going to be sharing amongst yourselves more. So this can be in, I heard, semi-private locations. But this isn't like shouting from the rooftops for all to see, but it does mean that coming out of our shells and starting to collaborate a little bit more on the down low. Secret society meetings of the divine counterpart sort. It feels like there's going to be some communication that is just for the two of you, but it's not giving me an intimate, sensual vibe. It's more about thought innovation and getting past hurdles and stepping into empowerment, encouraging each other. What are these masculines thinking about their feminine? Ace of Pentacles and Judgment. Okay, both in the inverse. So this is a card of revelation, bringing peace. And the Ace of Pentacles is a offer. It is a offer in the works. This can mean that these masculines want to offer something to their counterpart, but they don't know what it is quite yet. The other message, which I've been channeling for a few years now, is that the Ace of Pentacles, especially in the inverse, is a union energy, because in traditional tarot, it represents 1 year's time. And our solar clock is an annual clock. Our lunar clock, so solar representing masculine, lunar representing feminine, which is monthly. If you split the difference, you get 6 months. And that's a merging of the masculine and feminine. And so these masculines are beginning to see where the two connect, where you do collaborate, where it's symbiotic between the two. They're beginning to see the purpose for these connections, a deeper purpose for these connections, synergy. How are they viewing the feminine in this mix? Wow, Judgment in the inverse. There's a great revelation. It's like you're both on the same page. They finally understand that you're not ahead of the game. You're not more advanced than them. You're just here for it. What I'm getting in this energy is that they misread your readiness to go all in as more advanced or naive at times. So they've thought that you weren't on the same page, that you were too different, because you seemed more throw caution to the wind about the connection than they were at liberty to feel in the past at some point. Now they're seeing that you're just game, you're just here for it, that your intuition has given you a green light, but that you didn't necessarily have it all solved on behalf of everyone involved. So they're really looking at you with more of a sense of belonging, and they're able to see that they actually can contribute, that it's not that you don't need them. It's a different kind of focus when two people are done with their karmic petty power hierarchy kind of stage of life, naivety, or if two people are not wise and they try to come together, there's a lot of haphazard energy, karmic energy. And so they're now seeing that you're both on the same page, and neither of you have been at this stage before. Neither of you have lived this higher timeline and this life. They're seeing you as equal, as being able to meet in the middle. What do they think is going to happen next? Ooh, King of Cups. That's an expression of emotions. This is a lovely depiction of the King of Cups. This King of Cups does not look sad, does not look avoidant, does not look bothered, is backed by a great deal of water that looks like wings, which I'm getting is like the temperance energy where emotions are in check. And this king is holding a medallion with 2 whales, which symbolizes the depths of emotion and the yin yang. So the two of you, they've met their emotional equal. So many times these divine masculines do not allow for emotional expression because they don't want that to run the show. They know that emotional stability is the way to go. They've tested you, I just heard, in this regard, and they have deemed you to be somebody of emotional sound nature. Yeah, so they see you haven't been utilizing control tactics. With the Judgment card in the inverse, they don't feel you have a lower vibrational agenda. So this is trustworthy energy. So they want to partner with you because they know they can trust you, feminines. Wow. What can we see for the heart space, these masculines? 5 of Wands. There's that card we had to begin with. Oh no, I was going to pull this reading a little while ago and I got the 5 of Wands with the Tower. This is a very similar message. I had to clean up that reading and do something else, but this is coming out again. Wow. So yeah, you're the one that they want to be in partnership with. This is wifey energy. This is life partner. This is nurture. And the 5 of Wands, this is the contrast of all the other external energies that have been preventing these connections from kicking off in some regard. So this message of the masculine stepping into their higher timelines deliberately, definitively, this is another version of that message on the heart space. They're coming home and nothing can stand in their way. That means they're going to take the time it needs, they're going to do it right, and that they know that none of the things that would come against this love, this partnership, are really going to stand in the way, because they're all small energies. The 5 of Wands, these are just 5 sticks. So they're not bothered by the obstacles that have affected these connections. They've learned that this is bigger than that. This connection, the love here, is more powerful, more substantial than these 5 little sticks standing in the way. How do they feel they're feminine? Oh, Queen of Cups in the inverse. So they may think that you are rightfully emotional, tired, looking for answers, searching for meaning, wondering what will happen next. At the end of your, not rope, but rational exploration of, I'm getting the feeling like they know that you've waited as long as somebody could possibly wait before they could run out of reasons to keep waiting or being in there. If they were in your shoes, they would feel like there wouldn't be much more motivation to keep you invested without more contribution from their end of it as well. So yeah, I'm really just getting that independent, self-directed thing that happens when these connections don't come in right away. There's this resilience and self-sufficiency that we tap into, and it feels like these masculines know that you're not going to need to hang out and wait, that you've matured, you've learned that you can do anything on your own. And now they want to come in and do life with you. And it's not because they knew that you would become self-sufficient. It feels as though they're legitimately seeing it being now time, and also understanding that if it goes on much longer, rightfully you might be genuinely losing interest. Okay, I hope that made sense. What do the masculines want to do? They want to bring the truth. This is a massive truth, like the crowning glory. That looks like it's from space with the planet Earth. This is a confession of how they truly feel for you, feminines. They know that it's going to be time to actually tell you what they see for the future, or that they want to be in your life for the rest of it. There is some declaration here of indefinitely wanting to be connected to you. That is on their heart space. So that doesn't mean that they know how they're going to share that. The aces are a yes card. It doesn't come with an instruction manual. So some of them may begin to show you, they may begin to show up, they may begin to communicate in a different way, but they may not have it all figured out. Remember, we had the Judgment card for both in the inverse, meaning we don't have the answers. We're here for it though. How are they feeling on the heart space? They're doing the work, Lord of Prudence and ending anxiety. So they're getting rid of feeling like they're going in multiple directions at once. Head-heart misalignment. They're working on harmonizing their thoughts and what their heart is telling them. So in the heart of hearts, it's like the heart is arm wrestling the mind into alignment. The heart's winning. Love is winning here. Where do they feel the feminines are at regarding this? Queen of Wands. So they feel like if you've got nothing else in your awareness, with that Judgment card in the reverse, if you don't already have it all planned out and dialed in, but you're just here for it, they feel like you've already mastered the fear, the mind space. They feel like you've already come into acknowledgement of this connection sitting well with your soul. So whatever the taboos, whatever the differences, whatever the external opinions or obstacles, they feel like you've at very least overcome the stigmas involved in those things. And they're working on doing that very same motion. What do they think is going to happen next? The Emperor. Okay, so the Emperor drives the chariot, forward motion. They're going for it, I just heard. With the King of Cups, the emotions in check, with this truth in hand, it feels like they are working towards coming in and setting this partnership in motion. Emperors are master strategists, and so while they may have been concerned that you might have had too much of an agenda, like a karmic feminine would, where there's control issues, they've learned that you're not of that frequency. You're in your feminine, and that allows them to be in their masculine and do what the masculine does best: protect, provide, direct, solve. Yeah, so it looks like they're coming in touch to being in touch with their masculinity in a King of all kings sort of way. Because you deserve it. You deserve my full potential in love, I just heard them say. What can we see for what these masculines are wishing to manifest? Wow, the Magician and doing the inner work. So the Eight of Pentacles again here. So internally, they are doing the work to overcome that head-heart misalignment, because they know that when their thoughts are in alignment with their heart, they can do anything. Anything is possible. Where do they feel like the feminine is at with this? Ooh, King of Cups, but doesn't that look like the King of Wands? So there's the King of Cups again, looking straight at the feminine. So these masculines believe that you're also very in touch with your emotional control, in tune with your emotions, that you get it. They don't have to overly explain themselves. You understand them like nobody else ever has. They're beginning to see that you have seen more deeply than the types of explaining we have to do to karmic partners. We go blue in the face trying to show somebody what our character is. If we're not aligned, that person can't discern who we are. And karmic situations are fraught with misunderstandings and accusations and skepticism and proving and all of that. In these connections, the masculines know that you get it, that you get them. They see you, they get you. Because of everything you've been through and the way that the two of you have navigated it, it has shown them these things. What do they want to do going into the future? Knight of Wands, this is the Phoenix. They want to bring back the passion into your intimate connection. They want to deepen it. They want to see where that can go, I just heard. Where it can go based on trust and knowing each other on this level. So even if you've had intimate connection in the past, you ain't seen nothing yet. This is what they would like to manifest, true alignment in love. What are their actions? The Hermit and Daughter of Pentacles. So I'm getting need to know basis off this, but not in a games playing way. This is literally simplicity for simplicity's sake, essence, essential communication. This means not overly expending our life force energy, but being ultimately in flow, in presence, not manufacturing anything, but allowing it to be easy, true. What can we see for how they think the feminine is? Knight of Swords. Okay, so they know they need to start initiating some conversations, that you're done talking about certain things or trying to get them to express in certain ways. They are now looking for opportunities to show you who they've become, show themselves to you, let you in on the vision of the future that they have been envisioning bit by bit, more and more, without you having to ask. Specifically, they don't want you to, and they don't want you to have to ask. So they are strategically planning how they can unveil more of what they've been thinking and assessing and cultivating behind the scenes under the surface without you having to ask. They want to start dropping truth bombs in your vicinity, I just heard. Oh, that's so interesting. What do they think is coming next? The end of heartache. They want to heal heartache, misconceptions. They don't want you to worry. They want to start laying this foundation of truth that eradicates, erases heartache where they're concerned. They do not want you to question or have heartache or be skeptical or insecure in this union with them. Laying the groundwork, I just heard. What is their biggest challenge at this time? The High Priestess and the Four of Coins in the inverse. Well, they really love what you look like when you're pleasantly surprised. So actually they're doing all of this just to catch you out on that Holy Grail facial expression. So they really want to see you delighted and flabbergasted. Like, it's on their bucket list to see you amazed, awestruck, in pleasant disbelief, astounded, floored, in love, delighted. They want to see that. Boom, 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 over and over. They want to see what you look like. It's the opposite of somebody incessantly hiding around a corner and saying boo and scaring the bejeebus out of people. Literally, they want to see what you look like when you don't expect what they're about to pull off. It's like they've been docking cards in their hand to play at opportune moments for your immense pleasure. Oh, they want to sweep you off your feet in this cosmic game of chess, but they haven't been keeping track of you, making notes, observing you at a distance, daydreaming, manifesting, strategizing, just to be aloof for the rest of your lives. It's been for a purpose. We're starting to see that they have literally been getting to know you without you even understanding that's what they've been doing at a distance. They've been watching your responses to things. They've been taking you in and seeing your character. All of the times where karmic energy would have shown their true colors, divine feminines, you succeeded with flying colors. And these masculines have in some ways got you fooled, but even they are understanding that even if you're divine, there's only so much someone can take. And they are planning on opening up soon. Wow, but that's the challenge, is that they have been enjoying this process because you are so sweet, you are so delightful, you're so loving. They're just mesmerized by the way that you handle them, adversity, life's challenges, the way you think. Your intellect amazes me, I just heard. So they've been learning you inside and out so they could be your masculine and do it in a way that is irreplaceable. Ooh, where do they think you're at with this? They think you're just getting more and more clear on what you want. They think possibly you're pretty guarded, even with them. They know that you can't settle for any karmic masculine energy anymore. So they do know that you're not in the streets. They know that they're going to have to really show you they're sincere by saying and doing truthful things. What they've got up their sleeve is going to do the trick, is what I'm hearing. That's not all I've got for you. I just heard. Masculines. Yeah, so feminines, they think you're kind of guarded. They do think that they are the only one that you're not as guarded as everyone else with, but they still do feel like it's coming down to the wire. It's that holy grail epic expression on your face they want to see, though. What's going to happen next? Well, there's that Phoenix Rise. We saw that in the Passion card before this here. So there's a transformation in the works. Coming out of nowhere, just when you think it's dead and gone, feminines. Oh goodness, what is the solution to this challenge of this second chance? Wow, praying to be seen through the illusion. So masculines, if you're watching this, keep in your prayer and meditation, overcoming the devil. We've got the devil here, the Lord of the gates of matter. So those are all of the things that have been in the material realm holding these unions back. Keep praying to be shown how to easily and effortlessly, seamlessly keep removing the obstacles on your side and with your feminine. There are certain strategies that, yes, you may feel conviction and ready, masculines, and you're just going to have to use your discretion with how you approach and what you do, because there are sensitive energies on your side and your feminine side, or one or the other, that have to be factored. There are certain things that can be handled in certain ways that don't add more to any of those obstacles. So if there are discretions, I think that's what we were seeing a little bit with communion between the two. That's not necessarily just passionate, it's more productive and collaborative. But it feels like there are still obstacles that need to be factored in, with the devil still here on the table but not in the upright, not fully gone. There are still logistics that need to be considered. It can't just be all systems go. Where do the masculines feel their feminine is? Yeah, Chariot in the inverse. So they know their feminine is not quite ready to move this forward fully. This is also the card that the Emperor drives the Chariot. So these masculines know they're going to have to take the lead. They want to take the lead. They don't want their feminine to have to take the lead. But this does feel like the masculines are coming in for moral support so that the feminines are protected and cared for while the last remaining changes occur that allow for these unions to fully come in. What do the masculines envision going forward? Two of Swords, which is a card of blockage in the inverse. So it feels like a mountain's going to be moved. Something that is a challenge, an obstacle that has been obviously in the way, the masculines are loving fiercely anyways. So it might be that certain things are almost ready to be released, overcome, and the masculines can see that it's further along, it's safe, the coast is safe to start coming in and expressing how much they've cared all along, is what I'm getting with that Ace of Swords. That these masculines have been holding back because of strategy, because it hasn't been appropriate, but the times are changing and it's becoming more appropriate for them to come forward than to hold back. What is the direction in the near future? Queen of Pentacles for the second time, and Ace of Cups. Unconditional love. So in the past, these masculines were too emotional to be front row and center, up close and personal, if they couldn't have divine feminine as a life partner yet. So for whatever circumstances were going on, the masculines felt they needed to be all or nothing and stay back or protect it by being aloof for whatever reason. And now unconditional love is allowing for more of a unconditional being in each other's lives. Even if it can't kick off fully, these masculines now can manage their emotions enough to be more present in the daily life of the feminine without fearing that that would cause instability in the connection. It feels like they're finding a balance to come forward into more close connection with the feminine, even if it can't be all just yet. This does show that they are very much on the pulse of what is available to the two in an honoring, sacred, responsible way. So it does feel like there are still some loose ends, karmically speaking, that still need to be tied up before it's appropriate for these conscious connections to fully kick off, but that the masculines are no longer wishing to stay so far back at this stage. Where do they think the feminine is at? Seven of Swords in the inverse. They think the feminine is a bit onto them. Yeah, I'm just hearing the masculines knowing that because these connections have been in hover mode for so long, that the feminines are realizing that no masculine in their right mind would kind of be lingering in the energy if they didn't actually love the feminine. So yeah, they think that the feminines are a little bit on to them. starting to find things out. What can we see for what the masculines imagine? Ooh, the devil. I'm just hearing the masculines have, in some regard, perpetuated the illusion that you're not closer than you actually are. It's this element of surprise that they've got going. See the heart, the love that's there, but their backs are both to it. It feels like the masculines can see what you think the status of this connection is right now. It's like they think this is what you think is going on, feminines, but they're out here seeing how close you really are and how much the love is there, which is the phoenix colors. It's almost with the Seven of Swords, like this feminine can hear the masculine saying, I love you, and the feminine saying, what? Did I just hear that? It's that kind of an energy. So the masculines know that it's coming down to the thinning of the veil between development stages and kickoff together. Wow. Okay, let's get a message for the feminines. What is the emotion we can get? Abundance. I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. So if this reading resonates and you want to manifest true love with this person, this looks like keep with it. Keep believing, keep aligning, do what is best for you, keep trusting. What about for the masculines? Love. I commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things. Yeah. The good in the timing, the good in the experience, the good in the journey, the good in themselves, the good in, or yourselves masculine, the good in your feminine, the good in the karmic lessons, the good in it all. Okay, love. Love is omnipotent, omnipresent. Many blessings, everyone. Bye for now.